Nate, welcome to Navajo Sage Weaver Tarot's channel. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, Virgo. This reading is going to be for my Virgo. So if you have any placements with Virgo, then this reading is for you. This may resonate with you or not. It's okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else to watch. Also, just want to say thank you for everybody who watches my videos. I appreciate it. And so I'm going to shake the gourd and move any stagnation energy and then start the reading from there. All right. All right, Virgo. So Virgo, I'm going to pull one archetype from this deck here. I'm going to pull one card from here. This is the current energy, the current phase that you are in, Virgo. In this deck, I'm going to pull one card, what to let go of, what to focus on, what your higher self is trying to say to you, an animal card that wants to come in, and a crystal energy. And then I'm going to pull some extra messages from the tea leaf. And then these two cards here, these two decks, I should say, are for clarification. All right, we will get started. So, Virgo. Spirits and guides. Let's get one card for Virgo. One card for Virgo. One card for Virgo, please. One card for Virgo. One card for Virgo. Spirits and guides. One card for Virgo. Spirits and guides. One card for Virgo. One card for Virgo. Spirit and guides. One card for Virgo. What do they need to let go? What message do you need to share with Virgo at this time? Spirits and guides for Virgo. Spirits and guides, what does Virgo need to focus on? What does Virgo need to focus on? Spirits and guides. One card for Virgo. What does their higher self want to share with them at this time? What does Virgo's higher self want to share? What message does Virgo's higher self want to share with them at this time? What animal spirit wants to come in part of Virgo's reading? What animal spirit wants to help Virgo at this time? What crystal energy? What crystal energy do you have here for Virgo? One card for Virgo, please. One card for Virgo. Mhm. All right, spirits and guides, what other messages do you want Virgo to know? Spirits and guides, what other message do you want Virgo to know? Where? All right. All right, Virgo. So we are starting off here with the card, the energy card of the Desmal. So the Desmal attribute, the light attribute, is understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Mhm. The shadow attribute is uh, waiting for a knight to provide for you. Um, Seduction by romantic illusion. All right. And then we have Queen of the Queen of Wands here. And the Queen of Wand energy is somebody who observes her surroundings, right? Somebody who is sharp-minded. Um, and if you can see, she's part of some sort of animal, you know. And then she has these lights on this branch here, and using her elements around her and then turn it into rainbow. And if you can see the color here, right, is like this kind of orange color, kind of like this color, Mhm. Like the dismal. So also the Queen of Wands is, somebody who's artistic, right? Somebody who creates. So maybe you're an artistic person, um, Virgo. All right, and what we need to let go of. So what we need to let go of is we have the Knight of Wands, the Tower, and the Eight of Swords. So the Knight of Wands energy um, is some sort of like, you know, ending, right? As you can see these wands here, you know, um, it's like a barrier. So maybe it took a while for you to finally get out and then figure out what one works, right? Um, so uh, some sort of isolation in um, maybe a paranoia, right? Um, Defensiveness, um, maybe not enough protection. Because, if you can see, um, uh, he's kind of dressed up like a knight, but not really, doesn't have the protection on. Um, so, so we have the Knight of Wands, energy. Somebody who is persistent and, you know, in the face of challenges, right? Um, Gaining knowledge, you know. So then you have the Tower card here, and the Tower energy, is fear of change, right? Some sort of security. Mhm. And now, this entity is vulnerable, you know. Um, and then you have the Eight of Swords. So maybe, some sort of block. progress, right? And then the Eight of Swords energy um has that restriction, right? Um, and then feeling trapped, right? Difficult to see the path forward. So w- we're having these thoughts, Virgo, of, you know, maybe feeling the idea of being trapped, right? And, so the Knight of Wands energy with the paranoia, not feeling protected, right? But also, um, still holding your ground, you know, and then spirit, comes in and, you know, kind of makes you move, right? Um, and so now you're in this position of vulnerability, with the tower energy and feeling pain, some sort of maybe block progress, and so spirit was seeing that you were struggling, and so maybe had to make you move. And so now, because maybe these were comfortable situations, right, that you've been in, that you have your that you're turning your back towards because you know that it's no longer serving you, because you're starting to understand the healthy, romance, right, which is probably learning to love yourself, inspired you to rely on yourself, like the dismal energy. So, you know, so now your spirit is saying, let it go. You're good now. You don't have to, feel like it's trapped, right? But then spirit wants you to focus here on the Mhm. on the Eight of Swords. Probably because he wants Spirit wants to let you know that, progress can be made, regardless of you feeling, you know, like you being trapped or it's difficult to see the pattern, right? But in reality, Spirit's saying, the path is easier than you really think. It's easy to, untangle, you know, um, get undone, right? And sometimes it's just taking the gourd, and moving the energy or, you know, moving it with an element of some sort. So, and then you have your higher self comes in with you, um, with that Seven of Swords. So, your higher self is trying to tell you, hey, you know, be careful of the unseen events, right? Be careful of gossip. Be careful of being in this energy too long because you could lose your reputation, right? Um, because, like here with the dismal energy, the shadow attribute is waiting for a night to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusion, So, your higher self is saying, Virgo, kind of watch, um, watch the hidden, the, the hidden knowledge, there's hidden knowledge wherever you are, right? And then the, the animal spirit that wants to come in is the salmon, faith, determination, independent, and change. And if you look at the colors of the cards, it's like this orange color, right? And then all of a sudden it turns like this blue, then it turns into this green. And then you have a green crystal here. Oh, and then you have another crystal. So you have two crystals, one green calite and the meteorite. So the uh, the green calite is what is it? It's green calite is a Amon honest to a false belief in storybooks ending, a tree hugger of the Calite family. Who needs it? Anyone who finds himself lost in the forest of doubt without a map. Libras. So Libras are your what is that? Your is your neighbor house. Where to put it? Against your chest, where making important decision regarding how you want to spend the infinite the affinity. Precious time you have on earth. When to use it when your heart asks for something, but you la 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 aren't listening. Your heart wants what it wants, the mind wants what it thinks, the heart wants. Call on energy of the green highlight to nudge that push and pull in the heart's favor. And it says, let out your heart desire. And we have the green calite. And then the meteorite uh, are ex what's that? Jordan, they're alien. I'm sorry, it's a long word. Extraordinary rock flung from space. They've been carbonated dated to the beginning of time. Meteorites come from three forms: nickel, iron, chondrite, and holocite. When who needs it? Children of the stars. Uh, where to put it? Where you glaze towards distant constellation. When to use it? When you are looking to conduct more spiritual energy, try nickel, iron, meteorite, and I think was this. Hmm. Um, when you are looking to chat with a friend, an ancestor galaxy, go to the chondrite meteorite. When you want to feel aligned to the universe energy that pulsates through everything, try polycite meteorite. Connect to your star stuff. So we have green calcite and meteorite that want to come in. These are the two crystals that will help you at this time. And then we have a gravel involvement with the law. Grovel, sorry. Um, flowers, happiness, basket, um, recognition, um, reward of merit, hammock. Hammock sounds nice right now. Take a vacation, physical and or mental, heart, love, deep affection, caring. Um, rats working against you behind someone's back. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. November, Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Scales, keep your life in balance. Um, celebrate. Oh, pink card. Celebrate fun enjoyment. Uh, Lion. Time to act. Love. Claw. Be careful. Do not take risk. Vulture. Deep depression, anxiety, worries that someone is against you. I, psychic ability to trust your intuition in January. All right. So, Virgo, I'm going to see what, um, get clarification of why you have the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Eight of Swords here. Why does what other messages? What go deeper? Spirits and guides. One card for Virgo for clarification of why the Nine of Wands, the Tower, and the Eight of Swords is here. So, for clarification, we have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups energy is maybe some sort of stagnation, right, through relationships, you know, um, maybe some sort of partnership, some sort of obstacle, right, between some sort of relationship, partnership, right? The Two of Cups, too, energy can be some sort of separation, right? Some sort of dis disinterest, right? An argument. And then you have the Six of Pentacles here. And then the Six of Pentacles energy is imbalance, greed, taking from those in need. So laziness, lack of um lack of energy, right? So maybe a partnership, separated, felt trapped, maybe these ones um held you back from your spiritual growth and or held you back in some way. And so spirit came in, and so now instead of having two, you took the one wand that would serve you, and had to let go. And so, maybe there was some sort of relationship where you just felt like you were being, or you're being taken advantage of, right? Um, whether it's a relationship that cause obstacles, stagnation, right? Somebody, or somebody however this reading goes with you, been taking, and it can cause burnout, sometimes when somebody's taking from you, and also some sort of corruption, right? Some sort of corruption around you. So. So, Virgo, I'm just going to say thank you for allowing me to do your reading, and I hope that this helps you in any way. And I just want to say, Hojona Haskling, Hojona Haskling, Hojona Haskling, Hojona Haskling. Yeah.